Welcome back to Offroad Adventure Crew. My name is Voss, and in this episode we are upgrading my Jeep Cherokee, the Crew Chief, with some 2.5 shocks with resis. So I have to make some modification to get my Fox shocks that I have out and put 10-inch travel bigger shocks in here, because I would like my Jeep to ride much better out in the desert or even on dirt roads, because with the bump stop, with the high air bump stops, I've been having still issues with punching through the bump stop and bottoming out. So it was kind of rough ride if I'm trying to go fast, which I like to do sometimes, is just go fast on dirt roads. And I need better suspension shocks on the front, so that's where these are coming in clutch. MaxPeedingRods just came out with some 2.5 shocks that are pretty affordable, so we'll see how long they last. It's really hot outside. We don't really go camping in July because of how hot it is, and our Jeeps, if anything over 90 degrees, they do not want to be driving up the mountains. They keep running hot. So with these huge tires, we just wait till pretty much August, when it starts to cool off at nights a little bit, because end of June is the summer solstice, so that's basically the longest days. The hottest days are in July, and then it starts tapering off in the August, when the nights are getting cooler in the mountains, so we go out and camp then. So for now, this is my upgrade season. We got lots of things to upgrade. We're building the cheap Jeep project. I got my upgrades. I got some upgrades for Tanya. We got plenty of other things that are going on, so we're just trying to button things up while we can be comfortable in my shop. It's staying around 75, 78 with my swamp cooler going, so it's actually not bad to work in here when it's 95 plus outside. So what I'm going to do on the other side is, I already have a pin eliminator on this side, and I have to drop my shock down a little bit. My original mount is at this height right here, so it's basically level with the tube. But because my 10-inch travel Foxes are shorter than the 10-inch travel MaxPeedingRods, we need to modify a few things. My current shocks are Fox off, I believe these came off of like a Dodge Ram. They are mountain surface to mountain surface. They are 26 inches, and these new ones, mounting surface to mountain surface, is roughly 29.5. These are nearly 3 inches longer than the current ones I have. So if I put them side by side like this, as you can see, this is where the current shock ends, and this one here. So the shaft on this one is roughly around 9 inches, and the shaft till a bump stop on this one is 10 inches. So we're getting an extra inch of travel, which means we gonna be flexing a little more than we were able to before. So these shocks are MaxPeedingRods Offroad X3 series. These are pretty new to the market, and the set of these shocks for the Gladiator, these are Gladiator rears, are right under $500. So if you're looking at the shock with the reservoir, these are pretty darn affordable. And right here it comes with the adjustability of your compression and your rebound, so you can add back and forth. I'm going to be setting it up at 5, and we'll go test it out, see how it goes. if I need to go more, I can always change them right on the Jeep. So that shouldn't be too terrible. All right, now that we got my other shock out, everything's looking good. And for those that want to do a pin eliminator, these brackets from Rough Stuff, they're cool and all, but you're losing about, I would say, an inch for your shock mounts. And it was not too hard to weld it in. They're kind of, you know, it goes in this spot specifically. You just clean it and weld it. But for me, it was cool, but I'm not too impressed. I would rather keep the factory mount. So it was just something that I wanted to try out, and here we are. That's why I do things on my Jeep, and then if I like the change, I do it to my other Jeeps, and if I don't, I don't. So I just tell everybody, you know, like, we're keeping it this way or whatever. So that way I don't cause issues down the road for everybody, just myself. And I'm okay with working on my rig a lot more than working on my sister's or my brother's. So that's why we have similar Jeeps, but they're not identical, because mine is kind of a test monkey. So I do things that I think are going to be cool or worth the idea, so I keep trying that. So I gotta chop this whole thing off. This is a original XJ coil bucket, basically, for the bottom. Ever since then, I started using the original JL axle coil perch, basically. So these were part of the factory, and I dropped it before by using these. So now I just got to chop it completely and build a whole new assembly here. So I pulled the brake away from where I'm working, so that way I'm not running with the brake lines and when I'm going to be cutting it with the 7-inch discs. That way it's out of my way. Chopped the old bulky shock out. So now I'm going to go to my tabs wall and pick a few tabs that I would need. What I did on the other side is I used these two tabs. They're pre-drilled for 1/2 inch, but the bolts in these shocks, they're all 9/16. So I'm just gonna drill these open to 9/16, and then this is gonna go right about here this way, and the other one's gonna basically be here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a shock in here, line it up, make sure I have proper travel, and I'm gonna match what I did on the other side. So because I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna do things, I didn't want to be filming because it takes forever to figure all these things out. But when I got it going, it works good. The shock fits perfect in there. Let me do the same thing on this side. And if you'd like to get your own shocks, check out the link with the discount code down below. So that goes in there, and now which is the other side's about the same where it sits, and we'll do this side next. As I'm setting things up over here, I'm making sure that the whole assembly right here will miss anything at the full stuff. It should not have anything that can contact anything. That's why I cut things out a little more, so that way if this shock comes all the way down over here, it will not contact anything. And we'll test that out later. I can go flex it out after I put it in, make sure before I go bombing it through the desert. But that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm just using the wise grip clamps to kind of get it in position. That way I know that my bolt is tight and it's holding all the brackets. I can tack them in, remove the shock, and weld everything in. And then if I have big gaps, I can always put a little extra metal to fill in the gaps, because I want this to be strong, not to break off easily. All right, we got it tacked in. Now we just got to remove the shock out of here, because I don't want to damage this shock at all with welding splatter. So we'll remove it completely and get this fully cooked in here. We got all this burnt in. I didn't want to get too close over here because there's a bolt, and I didn't want to weld it shut because, but we got this one holding on both ends. This one's holding both ends. And this is 3/16 and that's 3/16, so we should be good to go. And while it's hot, the best way to do it is to powder coat it, basically. Is just take your black paint and put it over the hot stuff. It'll cook itself right away and be very good coating of, like powder coated, you know? Voila! We're good to go. Now we just wait till it cools off so we can put the shock in. While it's cooling down, I am going to reassemble my brakes back, and should be ready to assemble the Jeep. Time to put the shock in for its final time. All right, the shocks are installed. We'll go out and test them out tomorrow.
drive's not bad. The shocks haven't gotten their bumps all the way in. So we got quite a bit of a flex. I don't have big rocks here, I just have a bunch of dirt and amazing view. But yeah, it's not bad. This side is stuffed, but we're just touching the hydro bump. And yeah, we got over 2 inches of shock showing there. So that's good, because that's already on there, and it has 2 inches of travel, and that has about 2 inches of travel down there as well. Can't wait to hit some trails and really test this out. And I'm most definitely going to be buying the rears before King of the Hammers. So hopefully by winter, I'll get myself another set, put it in the rear, and then my Jeep's going to be complete. Brand new rack, brand new shocks. This thing is pretty much dialed. So, all right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next adventure. I'm just going to enjoy the view over here in the cool shade of my backyard.